Okay, hope my screen is visible to everyone, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, in yesterday's class, we have learned how to create the user. So, while creating, we have provided like many things for the user. Can you name what are the mandatory things we have provided for the uh, user to create while creating the user?
First name, last name,
Yeah,
email ID,
yes, correct.
then profile.
Exactly.
That's all I remember, Kalpana.
Okay, so you have to remember this is in every interview you will get a question saying um, like which is the mandatory while creating the user. Is it role or profile? So now you can tell me the answer. We choose role as none and profile should be at least one. Like only one is possible. So that one we have already selected like randomly. That means which is mandatory now?
Profile.
Yeah, correct. So profile is mandatory. Okay. And now we have provided some random profiles, but we don't know what is profile and how to create it and what is like inside the profile and all. No. So today we will continue with profile. Okay. Now we have already the OWD security. We learned yesterday in the like previous class. So OWD is a sharing access we are providing to the entire organization. So when we have already OWD, why do we need profile? That so for that answer is yes, of course. In the OWD, whatever changes we make, like if I provide right like PRW access, it is for all the users of org, entire org. But if I want only for few people, the object should be visible, and the few people, the object should not be visible. At that point of time, we cannot do it through the OWD. So, what we have to do is we have to provide the access through profile. So, in profile, we can do the selective sharing. That means now we have three people. One is Kalpana, Sham, Bhim. Okay. Now I want like for this lady we have to give the access to um what object we have created, guys? Can you name any object?
Student,
So student
teachers
object.
for training.
Okay. For student, I wanted to give access for only Kalpana and Reem and not for Sham. So in this case, whatever the access we are giving, it is for the organization wide in the OWD. So now you tell me what should be OWD.
Private Kalpana.
Excellent, guys. It is private because even though if one single person should not have the access means it is no, always OWD. Okay, least access whichever is there you can give it. Least is sham, that is no, private. So OWD is private. So now how I'll be able to provide the access for these two people is the question. So for that we will create the departments called as like profiles, which are officially known as profiles. So this means like people who is part of one department. Okay, that is Kalp and Sham. Sorry, Kalp and Bhim, no? KB department. I have created. In this department, we will give object permission as yes, and that is I'll explain what are the sharing accesses we have and all, and then for only Sham, no, yes department it is. For him, student object permission should be no. Okay, understood, guys? Why we are using profiles now?
Yes, Kalpana.
Okay, so now we have one more option. Like in OWD, did we had delete option, guys? Can we give the delete access to any object?
No, Kalpana.
Okay, correct. So that means OWD in OWD we cannot provide delete option. So we have the flexibility in the profile. So in profile we have the access for delete also. Okay, that access levels I'll just let you in short moment. So till this I hope you got to know, no, in profiles what we can do. First, selective sharing, and the other one is we can have one more access which is delete. These are the limitations in the OWD, and the same has been implemented in profiles. Okay, apart from only these two things we have a number of accesses profile in the profiles place. Okay, so like we can define how many hours the user has to log in. Like 9 o'clock to 8 o'clock only, he should be able to log into the organization, Salesforce org. If he's like logging in after 8 or before 9, he'll not be able to open the Salesforce org. That kind of settings also we can make. And if we want to reset the password every 3 months or 6 months, that also we can schedule it from the profile. Schedule, like you will get no in the office and all, like you have to reset your password and all for every 3 months, 6 months and all. So in the same way you will get it here also once you schedule the reset password. Okay, now a quick test for you. I'll just change this page. So if I ask something, you should answer. You can have a look. Okay, done. So can you tell me what are the things we can do in the profiles which are not there in OWD?
You can delete the OWD, Kalpana.
Hmm?
You can delete the OWD access in profile.
No, no, we cannot delete. That is why we are giving like lesser access. No.
Okay.
So in OWD, if it is no, we are providing the access in profile. This delete is something for records. Delete option for records. That means the user is able to see and do some editing part. Only this much access we can provide from OWD. But we cannot give access such as we can delete the record also, because we had only three options, that is PRO and PRW and private. That means only public read only and public read write and private. Okay. PRW means read and write. We have access till read and write, but not the delete records option. Okay. Whatever the permission we are giving, it is for the records. What we can do with the records of others. Okay. Okay. Hope you people understood. So, can you let me know now what all the things we can do in profiles which are limited, not like present in OWD? One difference I only said that there is no delete access for records in the OWD. We can provide that access also from profile level. And the others, guys? Yeah, correct. Profile is for limited people. Okay. And that is called as selective sharing. We can do the selective sharing only in profiles and not in OWD. And next, guys, I even showed no, we can schedule the reset password for every periodic time, and we can have the login hours. Okay, okay, then hope you understood. So we'll quickly continue to create the profiles. So every time, what you have to do is you should never ever use the uh, department which is profile which is already there. Standard profile should not be used, because there will be many restrictions which will be there. So last time I asked you, like, once creating the user, you should not log into the user, because there will be more number of restrictions added. So I want you people to create the profile and add that profile to that user, and then starting in, like, logging into that a new user. Okay. So now what we have to do is create a new profile. I'm clicking on new profile here. Normal path, guys. Setup, quick find box, profile, and profiles, new profile. Okay. So now you might get a question. Kalpana, you said that we have to always use a custom profile, and you said we are creating a custom profile. But why there is a letter coming as clone profile? That means we are copying the profile, no? So in Salesforce, we cannot create a profile from the scratch. So we have to clone the profile and create a new custom profile. Okay, so now you have many options here in the profiles. See, you have many, no? Like this, you have many. So, before like adding something, so you have to choose any random profile for the pre-existing set of rules, and then you have to give the profile name. But before creating the profile, you should think one thing is, what was the license we gave for Tom user, guys? Hmm? Any guess what was the license I gave for Tom?
Salesforce license Kalpana.
Correct, exactly. So we have to check for the license which is Salesforce. So now profile which has the license of Salesforce, then only we will be able to that user who has created, no, that user will take the use of that profile. So now if you have this license, and if you give some profile, you might create the profile but you will never able to add that profile to that user, because we are not creating with the matching license. That means you might ask, so license should always match to the user's license? Yes, of course. Whatever the license we are going to have it here, that should always match to the user's license. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to randomly search. Okay, this is chatter external license. Free user is free again. Okay, not this one. Okay, we got no. So when we get a matching license, you can stop there and give the profile name. Okay. So now we had a scenario, like we went into the meeting and meeting got scheduled and we got a new requirement. They are saying whatever the object permissions you gave is fine because now Tom is the only user. But we have other two users joining us soon. In them, like this is Tom, guys. Now other two users also joining, so they should have this and others should be having this. Okay, since it is a practice like org, we will not be able to create so many users because we have only two Salesforce license we have, and other licenses we cannot access to the standard objects and all. So we are just utilizing the two licenses. One is mine, that is Kalpana's, and the other one is Tom. So for the requirement gathering and all, we can take these examples. Okay, we will do it and we'll have a look how it is. Okay, so will they have asked that? So Tom is part of finance department, and Sham should be of some custom department. Any department, guys? Name. Okay, he is of marketing department. Okay, so now these both are having SS. So based on that, we have created, like, we already had a plan. No, we will be creating one department for these two people and one department for this one person. So done. We have to create two departments as per this requirement and assign these two people for this department and this person for the other department. So now it is like it is just some example for you people. Since we are dealing with custom, you can have this as a homework, but as of now I'll do it only for these two people. One department I'll create, other one also you should create. Okay, so this is fin department. What is the date? December, no? I'll give December. Okay, because I already have the profiles like finance department and all, so I'm doing this. And saved. So we have created the new profile. But even though there are so many options coming in, how is it? See, there are so many things which are coming in.
because it's a clone.
Exactly. Since we have cloned the other profile, it is showing the default like permissions, whatever have been given in that profile, it has been cloned. So now here we have to make the changes, whatever we want. Okay. So this is something customer app settings. This means what are the applications visible. So I said no. In the previous session, we were able to search this Flipkart. Hope you people remember, no? In the student, we were not able to like get. So finally, we did it with the some lead or case object, which is a standard object, and tried to check verify the OWD which we have created. So this was because we should always allow the app settings in the profile level, these things. Okay, visible and default two options will be there. Same ways you will be having the same option for entire all the applications which are present. Okay, and now tab settings. So this is tabs whichever we need. This we saw in the like in the previous case also. Default on, default off, you saw that was while creating the object. Object creation, you can see this option. At that time we did not able to speak because you were not aware of the profiles. Okay, and next comes record type settings. This is not required as of now. Okay. These are administrative permissions which are for people who are doing the like coding. See, you can see that um, author apex and bulk API hard delete. These all things we will give for a who is like admin or developer. Those people will get, but as a normal user, end user, what he should get, based on that we have to provide the accesses. These things there is no need of remembering everything, because you can google it at any point of time and check what is the use of everything. You will get it in the google. Manage password policies, these things, everything, whatever permissions we give here, that will be reflected to the users who have been added to that profile. Okay. See, there are so many things. And in the real time project, you might use, like, everyone in the market will not use everything. Only like 5% or 5 to 6% options in this profile will be used, and not all. Okay. And this is general use permissions. What all the general things we do for that: mass edit of the list and mass email. Like this email and all, every user can do, no? So for that we can give the access. And converting the leads, who can convert the leads? Users. See here, sending an email, whether that user should send an email or not. Everything it is there. Okay. And then standard object permissions. So here whatever the permissions we give, the same thing will be added. Since if we give a private on the OWD, we should be able to provide the access from here. Okay. I said no in the, like, we'll speak in short. So we got the option OWD, we had only this much, these three options. So now in the same way, in the, okay, so now the permissions which are provided in profiles, these are the five different levels of access we can have. So you can check box whichever the access you want, you can check box that. And which are not check box, that access is not given for the other records and for the self. Like if I want to create a record, I should have the access to create, even it is a my own record. If I want to edit others record, I should have this. Edit my record and, like, read my record and edit the same. All these, like, it is applicable for my records and the records which are shared with me. That means which are being, like, given the access. So now we'll work on one object. What was our requirement object, guys? We'll take students. Okay. So we'll start working on it. So one more thing we'll have a look. We'll come back to this session. Those are standard objects and these are custom objects, guys. See, these are objects actually. Companies one, students, PB and all. And here you can see session times out for 2 hours of inactivity. This means whoever are part of this profile, the system will see for 2 hours. If they have been logged out, like laptop has been closed, but still they are in login, after 2 hours it will automatically log out. Okay. And user password expiry in how many days the password should expire for. Every 90 days I have given, like in this it is there. And pass like password history, this means last three password which are already given should not be used for the future password. You know, no, these things will be there in the most of the companies. It will check like this, and minimum password length should be this. and complexity, everything is here. Maximum invalid logging up attempts. Like if it is only one, so once you have done, like tried entering the login credentials wrong, then you're gone. You have to go back to your administrator and they will reset a password. You will get a link and you should do it again. So that type of things you have been seen, like you might see, because sometimes three times if we have tried and it will block, again we have to raise the ticket and the people will do it. In the same way, Salesforce also has all these things. And for changing the password, so if people are changed now the password but again he want to change it immediately, if we check box this, it will not be allowing, because at least one day it should be there. Whatever password I am creating now, it should stay for one day, and after one day only you will be able to change the password again. These all are things like, and here you can define the login hours whichever you want. See here, on Saturday what should be the start and end time, Monday what should be the start and end time. He should be able to log in at 12 a.m. and log out at 5 a.m. because they are in some shift. Like that, we can have the schedule because it should not be misused by any of the user. For that reason, we can schedule it like this. Okay, getting anything, guys? Like this. Okay. Once you have given the correct timings, you should save. But now I'll not save. Okay. And IP ranges. Here we can set people who are with that IP only should be able to log into Salesforce. That things also we can define here. Apex class access, whatever the access we give, it will be shown here. There are so many other things might be useful for you in future or might not also, because all these things you will not handle, admin will be handling. Okay. So now we'll quickly edit and do our requirement, whatever we got. Edit. What is the first thing, guys? First thing is we have to get the application viewed. Application, we have to give the permission. What was our application?
Flipkart company.
So here there are two options, visible and default. Visible means it will be visible only if we add that application. By default means whenever when you open it, it will be a default one. Okay, like that. So now I have made default. So only one app can be made as default. You can see, understood no? If I select other application, this default will go off. Why? Because we cannot make everything as default. Only one application will come by default when we open that home page, like login to the Salesforce. That is this one. I made it. And next axis we have to consider is tab. We should be having the tab. What were our okay. I think this is ours. It is already default on, so no need of changing it. What were the other guys? Companies one were there, no? This is ours. Default on. And one more was there, no?
Worker, workers one.
Where
Down.
it is?
Worker one. Downside. Down. Down.
Ah, okay. On it is there. Students and teachers was also there, no? Yeah, this one. The tab name we gave as teachers for training, but this was the one. That was a description, and this is the correct one, I think. Okay, and this is done. So now we are going to the, see here you can have all these things. You will get option. You can check and uncheck. If you feel that he's nowhere like using the leads and all, you can unselect, and he should not be able to send the emails. You can uncheck everything you can do. See this view setup and configuration. If you remove this, I said no, not all the users will get the setup option. This setup button will not be there. Okay, once you remove this. Okay, okay. Now we will be working on students object, students SS. Okay, should I search in this one, like this top part or the below part? Below one, guys, because this is a standard object permissions. Okay, so here this is our object. We can provide the access by here. So these are the basic access and these are the data administrative access. So we'll speak about this access. This means all the records created by anyone in org will be visible if we checkbox this. In the same way, if we click on this, then we will be able to see the records, not only seeing but visible. No, this is visible, but here not only visible, we can also edit also. Modify means you can do editing also. This will include edit and create, but not the delete option. Okay, remember this. This two understood, no? If we give this two, then that user will be able to see the entire all the things. And this four are basic one. That means you can understand, no? This is basic English. Read means people can see the records. Create means can create. Edit means we can do some editing. Delete means we are giving the permissions to delete the records which are shared with us. Okay, or even it is applied for our records also. So now we'll do one by one so we will be able to understand. Now we are just giving the option of read, not create, not edit, not delete. Okay, I'll save it. So now we have created the department like profile. created the profile, but we have not yet assigned it to the Tom. What we have to do is first we have to provide the access to the user. We'll add the user. From here also you can create a new profile. Okay. So here we can directly add the, based on the license, we can add all the users. Okay. It is Salesforce platform, force.com, everything. In the organization who all are present, based on that we can add it. Okay. So I am just, I have the user, no? Here I'll edit and add the profile which we have created for Tom. What was our profile, guys? Right now we created, no?
Fine department. Finance department.
Hmm. December. Okay. I have done and save. So deactivating, did you guys got to know how to deactivate the user?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This active button will be there, no? You have to uncheck it. This too is not possible because this is like by default given by them. Now we have changed the profile. We'll try to log in as a Tom. So now we have logged in as Tom. One moment, guys. Okay. And now what we will do is we'll try to, we got our default application. You got to see the difference now, no? By default we got the application. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Where is that one? Just now logged in, no? Okay. I'll just refresh it. I have logged in as Tom, and this is the recent, like a default application we got as Flipkart. And here we will see for all. We gave the permission as read, no? So now we are able to see all the records and the applications here. We gave, like we have already created other two applications also, no? Like objects. Why they are not able to see here? Like why they are not visible here? Any guess, guys? Hmm? It is because of this. You saw now here. Only students has the access, not teachers, workers, all these things. Okay. Permission should also be checked, because even though if we give the permissions like tab is default on here, if we are not giving the permissions, we will not be able to see that. Okay. We are not able to see it because we have not provided the access. Okay, guys. Now what we will do is we'll see. Okay, we got to know we are seeing, but I wanted to edit. Where is the edit option? Not able to edit. Why?
Because we have no permission or modify.
So there are like other options. Now we got the access for only reading, not for creating or editing. So now if I wanted to create a record from the Tom, will I be able to create a new record, new student record here?
No.
See, you cannot see that new option only. Is my screen visible, guys?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So, yeah, we are not able to see the create or edit or even deleting permission. Okay. This is the recently viewed. This is all. Always you have to check for all, not recent one. Okay. This is done. So now if I go and try to change the permissions, will I be able to change the permissions from here, guys?
No,
Yes,
Kalpana,
no.
you have to edit.
Huh, but can I do it from here? Because I have logged in as Tom, no? I'm Tom here, not Kalpana. No, no. We can just view and all, but we cannot edit it. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll log out as Tom. Now it is Kalpana. We'll go to this department. From here also you can click and you will get the direct link. And now we are going to edit. What we have to do, guys? We have to provide the access. Create, edit, and not delete. Okay, I'll provide all these three. These are the basic one, because even though if it is created by me, I'll not be able to delete. So we'll see that now given. And for these two, I'll give a read access. You got to know, you saw something, guys.
Yeah, Kalpana.
What was that?
Yeah, we have checked the workers read option, but
Hmm.
automatically companies read option also checked.
Why was that?
Because the both are intelligence master, no?
So correct.
Child and parental option.
Huh. These things are only added for the master detail relationship, that is parent and child. So whenever we are providing the child object any permissions, it automatically considers that even parent should always there. Okay. And then if you provide from companies like for master, it will be by inheritance they will get. There is no need of checking box. We gave. And one more thing what we will do now is we will disable the, like he is a general user, no, we don't want him to have the setup. This one I have unchecked now. This one, guys. Save. What is the expectation, guys, now?
Edit and create access code for student object.
Yeah, correct. You saw the difference, no? No, worker has not come. It's here. That means it is not by default. Okay, save. So now you will be able to see the workers also. So here we got the new option. Why only one teacher is coming? Okay, we have some filter, no? Like Sonata, only English teacher should be visible. Okay, save. Only these are mandatory. Okay, we have created, we were able to create. But now I want to edit it. So I have the edit option also, before it was not there. Select. So now you should observe one thing. Since we are doing it from Tom, did you see anything?
Owner last modified created.
Correct. The owner has been Tom. Now he is all like his records is controlled by Tom. So whatever he has created, when this should be visible to other people or not, that he will control. That doesn't means that he will only control, admin will give the permissions. Okay. Now here the delete option should be there, but it is not there because we have not checked the delete option. Okay. So now we'll see for teachers one thing. So this is the created, like who has created and all we can see. This is understood. Okay, I'll log out as Tom. You might be facing the issue like once you log out from Tom, you will be directly logged out. So for that we have one setting you have to do it. So once you do it, you will be able to like force logging in. That option is there. I'll give you in the document. You can go through and make that settings. Okay. I have logged out now in the finance department. Okay. Now what I'm doing is I'll provide the option of view all. Not view. I'll provide modify all. Okay. You saw something?
So automatically check or
Yes.
delete it. Your
And delete is also included, guys, in modify. Last time I was not confident. Okay. Now this means modify all will give the permission of this. So now we'll check one. This. What this means?
only read.
So view all means reading the records of everyone. I have given like I'll give the permission of this one, so he will be able to see. Okay. And now teachers we should be able to see everything, but we cannot create. Okay. That is the expected behavior. And we forgot to cross check one thing. What was that?
Setup setup config.
You guys know what we should do, but you will not tell me while doing. Saw this, no? There is no option called setup, which was there for my user. Okay, like previous storm. This is I have not refreshed, so it is still there. But even though if you click now, you will not be able to go to setup. Understood? You don't have access to this page. Okay. Now on teachers, we have to see everything. See, these are the records. I'll try to create one, but no new option because we have not given that option. But we can delete it. Okay. We'll see for one. Okay, his maths teacher. No, we'll convert him as English teacher. Okay, it's possible. And Anthony will delete his social teacher. So we don't want no long. So we have the delete option. It's gone. Okay. Who all the part of this group? Only those people will have all these accesses. And the other requirement was he is part of this. So what was our requirement? He should get the access. You understood no all these things. Now you tell me what should be the, so in general in the like in Salesforce we call as CRED options. CRED is by default for everyone, all the objects. CRED means create, read, edit, and delete. Okay, CRED option. And this is for special like CEO or admins. Those people wanted to see all the records and all means we will give. But this will not happen in the normal time, guys. Okay, in real time projects, no one will give this access. And so now you let me know the permissions, what we have to give for profiles. Okay, you understood no how we were doing. So now tell me what is a profile setting for object student. What should be the permission? This is visibility only, read guys. Okay, we have to give two departments also, no, department finance and department marketing. Now you tell me for finance department what all the access we have to provide. Hmm?
Read,
Okay, correct. And
modify.
okay,
Sorry, that's for save, right? Edit and delete. Create, delete.
for reference you can always remember as cred, so you will be able to remember this. Okay, so now
Yeah.
whatever like I will give. Okay, it's almost 8:20, guys. Okay, now we have provided only read access because we should not be able to see the records of others, like other records cannot be. But we as a basic need, the same person should able to create it also, so I'll give the create. And editing option is, if I give edit option for this, so now he will be able to edit, like both will be able to edit. But now what we wanted is only read. I'll not give the edit option. See the drawback here, you will understand. We'll give only these two and we'll have a look. Okay, I'm running out of time. I'll quickly explain. Something happened. One moment. Okay, this is the one. No? Now it restricts for even the same own user. Like I have created the record, but I'll not be able to edit it. So on the students, I'm creating a new record. So now Ajit also should be, because Ajit we changed him to English. Okay. Now even though I have created the record, I'll not be able to edit it. This is like, even I am being a owner, I am not able to edit, means this is not correct thing. Okay. For this, we will speak about these things like continuation tomorrow, what we have to do, how and all. And yeah, please guys go through the previous classes coaching. And one fine day, like once the course is finished, I will be having a mock interview one to one. So my expectation is I would like everyone to participate and like start gaining the confidence that you are really experienced and you should make through, because in future it is very tough if we cannot go through now. Okay. Okay then guys, we'll see you in the tomorrow's class. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye, Kalpana.
Bye all.